Hi friends! Today I'm gonna be making homemade mochi from sticky rice and mochiko. In Japan, there are two types of mochi. One is for the meals, as you can see in my previous video, and the other is for the dessert, like mochi ice cream. I'm going to try 4 different ways to make mochi to see which is more manageable and tastier. Basically, mochi is made from mochigome, which is Japanese sticky rice or sweet rice. We soak mochigome overnight and then steam it and pound it until very sticky and no grain remained. Have you ever seen the video of the famous sweet red bean mochi from Nara Prefecture? This is the traditional way to make mochi. Some people are still doing this as mochi pounding ceremony at the end of the year to show appreciation for the god. A day before making mochi, rinse mochi rice until the water runs clear. Drain and soak in fresh cold water overnight, at least 3 hours to cook evenly. On the next day, drain and leave it 20 to 30 minutes to drip off any excess water. You can cook sticky rice in a rice cooker or heavy bottom pot, but steaming is the authentic way to make mochi. If you cook rice in a rice cooker or a pot, you are adding a water to cook it and it makes too soft mochi. And it doesn't make the authentic texture. But it's easy to handle. So there are pros and cons to each cooking method. Save 100 grams of the mochi rice for later use. Line down cheesecloth in a steamer. I am using a bamboo steamer, but any type of steamer is okay. Steam mochi rice about 30 minutes until very soft. While steaming, prepare a tray of dust with cornstarch. This starch is made for handling mochi, mochiriko. The package says it's 100% cornstarch, so you can use cornstarch. After 30 minutes, it should look like this. You can smash the grain easily with your fingers. Now let's pound the sticky rice in the stand mixer. Your stand mixer bowl and the beater attachment should be moistened with the water. Pounding should be done while still hot. When it cools, it won't make mochi. Transfer mochi rice in the stand mixer bowl as soon as it's steamed. Start pounding on low and keep the mixer running until it forms a dough. Occasionally splash the water to release from the side. Scrape down the side if needed. But it is so hard. It's really sticky, but I think this is very close to the real mochi. I think spraying water is make this process much easier. Maybe next time. After 2 to 3 minutes, turn the speed to medium and keep pounding for another 5 minutes. Let's see how it looks. Very stretchy and bouncy. This is what we call mochi. Let's take it out. Your hands should be moist when you handle the mochi. It's not easy to take out from the mixer, but it should come out sooner or later. It's still warm, so it means it's a good mochi. Take the mochi onto the cornstarch dusted tray and shape it into a rectangular shape. Leave it for a while until it comes to room temperature. Now let's make mochi from the mochi rice and water in a different way. Add 60 grams of water to 100 grams mochi rice in the blender and blend until very smooth like milk. In the pot, place small ramekin on the bottom and pour in the water 2 inches from the bottom. The water should be inside of the ramekin to be stable. This is a temporary steamer. You can do it with any type of pot and small dish. Grease the heat-proof container and pour in the mochi rice mixture. Carefully place it on the ramekin and cover with the lid and steam about 15 to 20 minutes. When you touch the surface, and if it bounces back and it looks transparent, it's good to go. Give it a nice stir until dough looks even. It is very much softer than the stand mixer mochi because it contains much more water than steamed rice. But it's still a nice soft mochi. I am so surprised with the result. Transfer to a dusted tray and shape into rectangular shape and leave it until it comes to room temperature. That too is made from mochi rice, and we are going to make mochi from Mochiko sticky rice flour. In a grocery store, maybe you can find two types of flour made from mochi rice. One is shiratamako and one is Mochiko. Shiratamako is refined Mochiko, and it often uses for wagashi, Japanese sweet. So please choose Mochiko rice flour here. Mix Mochiko and water in a heat-proof bowl. Now that I know, the water should not be added too much to make a good mochi. So I saved a pot of water that I prepared. I add 120 gram water to 200 gram of Mochiko, and it looks a good consistency. Cover with a plastic wrap and cook in the microwave for 3 minutes, 600 watt. Take it out and give it a stir to make it even, and put it back to the microwave for 1 more minute. When you see the mochi is swell in the microwave, that's a sign of fully cooked. I'm sorry, it's not easy to see, but it's swell. Take it out and give it a stir until you get a stretchy and bouncy texture. Dip your spatula in the water occasionally to prevent sticking the mochi to your spatula and the bowls. Take it out onto the prepared tray and shape into a rectangular shape and leave it until cool. This mochi, made from Mochiko, is softer than the mochi rice, but almost the same. Now let's do the easiest one. Just mix with the hot water. Put your Mochiko in a bowl and pour boiling water over it and mix until it forms a dough. It's easy just like that. The idea is from Chinese dim sum. Boiling water cooks rice flour instantly and it makes pliable dough. It's not cooked yet, but when we use mochi, we cook mochi in the most cases, grilled or boiled. So the mochi should have not cooked at this point. But I don't know it works. Let's see it comes out good or not. It's just an experiment. Now let's cut them into rectangular shape like kirimochi. Cut off the side and cut into desired size. Keep the side for the other usage. I will explain it later. Let's see how it looks. The stand mixer mochi is firm and it looks like real mochi. And steamed sticky rice mochi is a little bit softer, but it's bouncy and smells so good. Mochi made from Mochiko is really soft in the texture, but it looks very good. Let's toast it and let's give it a taste. Stand mixer mochi contains less moisture and it toasts very quickly. It becomes golden brown in a couple of minutes. The others takes a little bit more time, but it still looks a very good mochi. Stand mixer mochi is a real mochi. There's no doubt. Maybe nobody will realize it is homemade mochi. It's so perfect. And the other three is almost the same texture, but it tastes better than mochi rice. The mochi from the Mochiko is very soft and it's good for the sweet red bean soup. You can freeze the mochi and transfer to a Ziploc bag, and it will last several months, so you can double or triple the recipe. I hope you learned something from this video, and I hope you will give this recipe a try. Thank you for watching the video. Give me a big thumbs up and share the video with your friends and families, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. Follow me on the social media and tag me on your post if you give it a try. And go to my website for more information, and my store on Amazon has pretty much everything that I'm using in my video. Stay safe and stay healthy, and I will see you soon. Bye!